Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 33 of your NHL 20 franchise mode here with your Chicago Blackhawks. As in the last episode, we went through a big change as we lost our all-star, our franchise player, the player that was here since day one, Patrick Kane. Sadly, we had to replace him by Christian Fischer. Hopefully, he could take over as good replacement for our boy Patty Kane. We also signed Esa Lindell in the last episode to play alongside of Brady Skjei. We weren't able to find a younger version of a defenseman. We were gonna go after somebody else. I can't remember the name now, but they went to O'Shea Theodore, but he went to another team, sadly. But this year is going to be another big year as we're coming off a Stanley Cup winning season, and we're looking to kind of have the identical type of season. We're looking to make it back in the playoffs and maybe even win another Stanley Cup. But before that, we got to do some signing and stuff like that and pick up a player who will be playing on that fourth line instead of A2 Ratu. I really don't want to be playing A2 Ratu this year. I love the kid. He's a great player, but I feel like he's just not ready enough to play in the NHL just yet. I feel like another year in the AHL will do A2 Ratu just fine. And if we need him for depth, we'll call him up for depth. And I think that's what we'll do with A2 Ratu this year is he'll just be a depth player for us. Give him another season in the AHL to play. I think that will do him just well, and he needs it. I mean, he needs some time to develop, and that time will be doing just fine if we just play him in the AHL, so I think that's what we'll be doing with A2 Ratu. But we're ready to get this season underway. We're going to simulate through probably the entire season, as we're not going to wait any longer for this one, as I'm ready to just get this season underway. I'm excited to see if we're going to be a good team or not, if we're going to be kind of a team that needs to be a bit of retooling. We'll have to see what this team will be really bringing to the table this year, as we got a nice prospect in Bellamy who should be developing hopefully nicely for the team. We'll see how he does in the first couple months for the Chicago Blackhawks. Hopefully he does well with the team. We'll have to really see how everybody kind of just unfolds for this team this year. But I'm really excited to see. Oh, fuck. Know what we forgot to fucking do in the last episode? Sign new fucking scouts. Fuck my life. That's what I knew we were forgetting something. I knew it. And we forgot to sign scouts. Fuck me in the asshole. We'll have to do that in the next offseason. I always forget to do that. I always get fucking... Plus, my boy fucking Kane retired, so I was just all fucking jumbled up. God damn it. Well, we'll sign a bunch of scouts. And, yeah, we'll sign another USA scout. We'll just do 3 Europe scouts, because I've been noticing in my Winnipeg Jets franchise mode, I seem to get better players. We need to really fucking revamp this scouting staff. And I forgot to sign new coaches and shit, too. I'm a fucking retard. I really am. And a Russian scout. That should be over by accident, but that's okay. We'll just, whoever doesn't sign, that's fine. Coaches-wise, all we need is a goalie coach for the NHL. We got Claude Giroux and Troy Brouwer. Giroux's is kind of fitting in perfectly. Good power play guy. And Riley Brouwer. And then Lucas Trevecca, who had a fantastic season last year, winning us his first Stanley Cup and getting the Chicago Blackhawks as well as a Stanley Cup as well. So looking very, very good. I'm happy about that. So let's get an assistant coach. Biznasty's a coach. Raphael Bizanet. He won a Stanley Cup as well with Philly. So he's been having an illustrious career there as well. So Murray NMC still has not been picked up as a new head coach. He was only really coaching for the Chicago Blackhawks there for the bit. And we found a new better coach there in Trevecca, though, so I'm happy about it. So we need a new goalie coach. I don't know if there's going to be any goalie coaches here, but we'll look. Might as well look. I don't know if there's any. Usually the goalie, I wish they would have like a goalie criteria, because there's really no goalie coaches, really. It's kind of hard to find them sometimes. So we need an NHL goalie coach. Maddox Odell, you could be that goalie coach for us. And then we need an assistant coach for the AHL. So we'll look all the way back up top. Butler, we need a good coach, or teaching one, so we can teach the prospects just nicely down there. B- perfect. Nelson Nicole. Perfect. We'll sign you to a big deal. There we go. The coaching staff is looking great. Lucas Trevecca looking fantastic, looking thick. And let's keep on continuing with the simulation, get everybody signed onto the team. We'll do some lineup changes. We'll get everything going for this upcoming season. I'm expecting a very low goal-scoring year for the Chicago Blackhawks this year without Patrick Kane in the lineup, unless DeBrincat can pick up the goal-scoring slack for the team and rip it up, and hopefully Christian Fischer could put up 20 or so goals. I would like to see that from him. But honestly, it's going to be a very tough year without King. We're going to have to adjust to a lot of stuff this year because we don't have our man that we've been relying on for such a long time. It's going to be a little bit of a different change for the team, right? It's going to definitely be a weird year for the team. If you really think about it, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a weirder year. But Fortin, he could play down on that fourth line for us. He could be a perfect guy for the team. Fortin with Toews and Radulov looking absolutely mint. The lineups are looking good. We're going to be fixing up the special teams, though. So Timo Meier, Kirby Dach, we want there. DeBrincat, we want up on the top. That's a guarantee. So Hanifin can go down there. DeBrincat, we want on the 1T. And then, yeah. So that's how that first unit's going. Bellamy, we want you in the one-time position. Chris Dini, I feel like we have a better centerman than that. I feel. We got Duclair. Fuck, we got better players than that. Can Bellamy, he can Christian Fischer? Yeah, Fischer can play center. And then we could put Duclair in this fucking unit because Duclair is going to be a guy that can score some goals. We know that. So Bellamy, Fischer, Duclair, Hanifin, and Radulov. That looks good. I like that. And then Hanifin and Radulov. Timo Meier, DeBrincat, we need you up on that first unit, and Kirby Dach, we want that first unit to be a power horse, and then Fischer, Meier, and Bellamy with Hanifin. Penalty kill-wise, Tierney, Toews, Hartman, Fischer, Lindell, Dumoulin, Hanifin, Skjei. Yeah, I like that. Toews, yeah, Lindell, Dumoulin, perfect. That's the way I like things to go. Let's see how good the Chicago Blackhawks will do in the 25-26 season, as we're now into year 7 of our Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode. It's been a long, luxurious time with the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, look at that. Edgar Kavanagh. He's ready to go as a starting goaltender for the team. Or a backup goaltender, I mean. So that's good to see. Fuck, I'd even check him. We should have checked him beforehand, but he's ready to go this season. I'm happy about that. So we have a new backup goaltender coming into the team with Matt Murray kind of aging out, right? I mean, 31 years old, 3 years left. He has a no movement clause, so we're stuck with him. But I mean, Kavanagh, that's not bad to have. That's a good goaltender. Hopefully he can play very well in the position that he's going to be given for your Chicago Blackhawks. So we'll put Calvin Pickard there. And then we will put Kavanagh as our backup goaltender. We're looking young this year. I'm liking the new team. We got Harry Bellamy, who's already ripping it up in the preseason. Hopefully he can continue to rip it up. We might even give him a chance up on that first line. We'll see how well he plays this season. It'll be a big question because he's a future player for us, right? We're relying on Strome and DeBrincat a lot this year, but Bellamy, he's definitely a big future piece to your Chicago Blackhawks. So let's see how we do without a Kane on the team. It's gonna be a weirder team this year for sure. Actually, I will take that because then we get 2 picks for this year's draft, 2 of our own picks for this year's draft. Guerrero for two picks next year. Honestly, Guerrero, you're not going to develop very much, so I'll take that deal. Get us some more picks, right? That's what we need to do right now. Pickard, I mean, we're not going to be having them. I mean, that's a guarantee. We're not going to be using them. We could just get rid of Pickard and just go with somebody else. We don't even need to do any moves. And then we can just throw Teravainen as one of the goaltenders for the team this year. Because I wouldn't mind doing that. That's a good move, I think, for the team. Teravainen playing alongside of Ferguson. That's a good move for the team. I like that because then we could play Teravainen, who's going to be our future starting goaltender, hopefully, in the future for the Chicago Blackhawks. So that's a smart move. Get some more picks coming into the Blackhawks, right? Which is what we need right now. We need more picks, right, for the future of this team. So hopefully we start off the year red hot, and we do 2-in-a-row wins to start off the season without Kane on the team. It's definitely going to be a weird year without Kane on the team. It really is. It's just even weird saying that we don't have Kane on the team this year. It's weird coming out of the mouths of the players and shit saying that, yeah, we don't have Kane this year. It's weird. It's a weird year this year not having Mr. Kane on the team. And we're going to have to definitely play a different type of hockey as well. You got to remember that, right? Without Kane on the team, we're going to have to play a way different hockey. We're going to have to hopefully other players can step it up, like DeBrincat and Strome. They really need to have their best years this year, and we know that they can. We've seen them have 100-point seasons before. And after, yeah, fuck, we're not doing very good on the plus and minus totals right now as the Blackhawks are struggling just a bit. Some injuries are injury riddled in the team right now as we both lost DeBrincat and Strome right off the get-go to the start of the season. Oh, my lord. This is definitely not the greatest start to the season for this team. As Strome, you get right back in the lineup. As we got pretty lucky. I don't think we signed any no movement clauses or no trade clauses. Because I'm pretty sure Christian Fischer is clear. Okay, yeah, that needs to be changed. Fischer, Bellamy are going up on the first line. Holy fuck, this team is going shit, man. What the fuck? Blackhawks are not doing good this year. We are struggling without Kane right now, man. We are struggling without Kane. It really does suck. Like, we might have to revamp the entire team. We might have to do a lot of moves. But Bellamy up on the first line. We're getting some big victories with Harry Bellamy on the first line with Dak and DeBrincat. We might have to do some lineup changes to configure this team to make it a bit better. Maybe throw Timo Meier and Dylan Strome up on that first line. So 9-7-2 to start off the season with a brand spanking new team. Boqvist leading the team in points as the Blackhawks just seem to not carry any momentum right now as a team. We're not doing as good goal scoring wise. Defensively, we're struggling to keep the puck out of the net. Power play, we're able to do great on the power play, but once you get down to the defensive aspect of this team, it's just seeming like we just cannot keep that puck out of the net right now. Kirby Dak 18 points. DeBrincat's up there. Timo Meier. Bellamy 9 points. He's not doing too bad. He's done pretty good up on that first line now. So, I mean, the lineup changes have done us a half-decent job. Defensively, Boqvist has been ripping it up this year. Dumoulin and Day, they're struggling. Matt Murray, he is having a rough season this year. An 896, 323. He's just not having a good year this year. He's struggling. And that's what it is, boys. This is going to be a work in process team. I feel like this is going to be a team that might not do as well as it used to. And that's going to be rough for this team. I mean, we want to do our best, but I mean, if we're going to be struggling like this, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be a GM for the Blackhawks. I mean, we capped off. I winning that big Stanley Cup. Can we get another one? Maybe can we pull this team together this year? This is probably our last year with Jonathan Toews, right? We need to start building this team up for the future, and it's going to start now. We're going to slowly start building this team with a lot of prospects, getting this team better each and every day, and just go with the flow. That's what you kind of have to do with this team, right? So Sasha Cole, you can get back on the team there. There you go. There we go. We're starting to win some games. We're having a good month there. 15-8-2. Having a little bit of a bounce back month there. 16-8-2. There we go. We're starting to have a little bit of a bounce back here. We're starting to win some big games. 5-0 victory there against the Rangers. That's what I want to see here, boys. That's what I want to see. I want to see you guys get some big victories right now. Let's get the momentum underneath of you guys. All right? It was weird. It was a weird start without our main guy, Patrick Kane, in the lineup. He's always been our main producer, right? The past couple of years, DeBrincat is really stepping it up now. Point per game, he's just laying it in there. Dak, point per game. And then you're also seeing Harry Bellamy not do as well as other players, but hopefully sooner or later he can start stepping it up and be one of those big producers for the team that we need him to be. And hopefully he can get right up there with everybody else. Stefan, we do not want to trade our first-round draft pick away. We want to keep that pick. Like I said, we need to keep every single pick these next couple years and not do any stupid trades, right? That's what we got to do with this team. And it's going to be mainly through free agency. Free agency is going to be how we build this team. And it's going to suck doing it that way, but we kind of need to do it that way to get this team back under a great shape, right? That's what we need to do. And then through the draft is Matt Murray out with a broken toe is Edgar Kavanagh. He's getting his chance to be a big-time starting goaltender for the team. I mean, he already has been. He's been playing pretty well. 905, a 295 goals against average. Matt Murray, he stepped it up with a 910, 271. I mean, he's stepping it right back. He's getting right back into a form that he was in last year's. Dylan Ferguson, you could get called up, buddy, and you could be the backup goaltender for Kavanagh. We could get that all set up. Not Kavanagh. He's going to be our starting goaltender. That's a guarantee. Kavanagh is going to be playing a pretty good amount of games. And then Teravainen, you could play with Pretzva. How are you doing, Teravainen? That's actually not that bad. 903 save percentage with a 242 goals against. You're actually not doing too bad. I mean, you're coming off a half decent year there in the SHL, so hopefully you transfer into the NHL. Games now on a game losing streak. This is not looking good. There we go, big comeback win. That's a win that we needed. As definitely not as great as a year as we were having last year. I mean, this Chicago Blackhawks team was ripping it up last year. One of the best teams in the NHL. Now it just seems we're losing a shit ton of games. We're not able to handle without Matt Murray right now. Matt Murray's been the stone wall for this team, and now he's back in the lineup. We need Matt Murray back in the lineup. Holy shit, we went on a bad stretch there. Holy fuck. Matt Murray, you need to get back in that fucking lineup, buddy. Get back in there. We need you. We need you to play big time for us, buddy. Get us a big W up again. And we lose against the Detroit Red Wings. Ottawa, and another loss against Ottawa. What is going on here, boys? We just cannot get wins together. We're struggling as a team to win games. It's just not going as planned. It's really not. We're losing games that we need to be winning. Oh, it's not looking like a good season here for the Blackhawks. We might be going through a big culture change here. Big win there against the Wild. Dallas Stars we go up against. Big win against the Wild, or the Stars, I mean, as we're 27-20-3. Oh, man, Morgan Frost. I mean, we can't even sign him, and why would we trade 2 first-round draft picks for a player that's not even worth that and not even going to produce to that point? And we can't even use him this year, as the Chicago Blackhawks just seem to not be able to produce as a team, as we're right now 28-22-3. The Blackhawks just are falling apart slowly without their man Patrick Kane. I mean, they really are. It sucks to see that this team is really losing like this. Jacob Galvis, Ottawa, we need a big victory. Yes, we do get a big victory out of the Ottawa Senators. We just need to get some fucking momentum underneath of our hands right now, man. Once we start getting some big W's, like I said at the start of the year, we went through a bad fucking end of the December there and rough January. That was a real rough January. We just need to have a comeback month before trade deadline and just continue that success right now. Big victory there against the Calgary Flames. That was a big one. St. Louis Blues, we need this victory, and we lose. God damn, man. Big loss there against the Winnipeg Jets. There again. Dallas Stars gets a Evgeny Malkin. Evgeny Malkin's still fucking playing. Jesus. Chichurin and Kessel going to LA for Gabe Lardy. Damn, that's a big trade there. And Buffalo beats us as we have 71 points right before trade deadline. We're 34-26-3. And we're holding on to a pretty lengthy wildcard spot right now. We're in a very good position. As a team, we're not worrying about the Sharks because, I mean, they're so far back. We might be a playoff team this year. Might be is the key question. Might be. So let's take a look at the team. We're not scoring as many goals as we have been in the past years, and we know this fucking Central Division, they can rep it up goal scoring wise, and we know that for a fact. Goals against per game, and we're one of the best teams goals against. I mean, that's the team that we knew we needed to play better defensively, and we have been. We've been stepping it up better defensively in the past couple months, and that's what we need to do. We need to play that good defensive hockey if we really want to be a good team. Forward-wise, you got DeBrincat doing really well. Dylan Strome, Timo Meier, Kirby Dach, Anthony Duclair, Christian Fischer not doing too bad. Radulov, 29 points. Harry Bellamy, he's doing pretty well. Not as great as we expected him to be, but I thought he was going to be way better, but that's okay. Bachquist, Hanifin, Dumoulin, and Day are struggling, and Lindell and Skjei are struggling. Murray's not doing the greatest. Holy shit, the long list of stuff that's just not going well for the Chicago Blackhawks right now. It's been a rough season for this team, man. It really has been. There's just been problems upon problems this year. Not having Connor McDavid on the team, or not having Patrick Kane, on the team. It's a weirder team. It's a different team. And I feel like we got to change up the lineups just a bit to make this team produce a bit better. And I feel like we got to put DeBrincat and Strome back together, because I feel like Dak worked with DeBrincat with Kane was there. Bellamy's not Kane right now, and I feel like Strome will work way better if we have it like that, and then Timo Meier, Strome, and DeBrincat, and then Duclair, and we'll throw Fisher along. So we'll do Duclair, Dak, and Fisher, and then Hartman, Tierney, Bellamy, Toews, Fortin, Radulov. And then just keep that as the same. We're playing well defensively, so might as well change up the first line. See how well Timo Meier will do. We're not going to do any trades because I feel like as a team we cannot be trading right now. We cannot be going all in. We just have to rely on the team. We did that last year. We relied on the team to do well going into the playoffs. We cannot just do random deals and just go wheeling and dealing. We just got to play smart with the team. We got here for a reason, and now we're starting to win some big games with the new lineup with Timo Meier, Strome, and DeBrincat. And we knew that lineup was going to rip it up. We knew that for a fact, as they are ripping it up for the Chicago Blackhawks right now, as we're just on this lengthy winning streak right now, boys. That is what I'm talking about. We finally get our first loss handed to us. Big victories here against the Jets. We want to get that home ice advantage against the Jets right now. Yeah, see that first line. Once we put that first line together, we knew that is a fucking dream first line. DeBrincat, Strome, and Timo Meier. Fisher, Dak, and Duclair, they're actually not doing too bad. I feel like we could definitely upgrade it next year, but we could worry about that next year. As the Chicago Blackhawks, after a struggling start to the start of the season, the Chicago Blackhawks finish off with a bang as we were finally able to just get this team together. Once we were able to figure out what the fuck this team needed and what we needed to do to pull off some big victories, we were able to pull together as a team and finally, oh, that's a huge loss against the Blues. And, oh, we get just topple over the Blues as we get home ice advantage by 1 point. What a fucking clutch victory that was against the Vegas Golden Knights there to get that one singular point ahead of the Blues, as we're going to be facing the St. Louis Blues in the first round of playoff action. That should be a lot of fun. So let's take a look at what we got for lineups. Or what we got for stats. So DeBrincat, Strome, and Meier, that was a good line, and we're going to continue this line dominance heading into the playoffs. Dak, Duclair, Fisher, they weren't spectacular, but they weren't the worst. I mean, Fisher, we picked him up for a reason, and to be that good defensive prowess, right? He's been great defensively, and that's what we need a Fisher, right? We knew that without Kane, we needed to be something, and being a good defensive team was that fact, and Christian Fischer was that guy. He's huge defensively, and I'm happy to have him. Tierney, Radulov had another 40-point season. Hartman played great. Bellamy had a decent year, 37 points. Everyone was point-producing-wise was great. Bachquist, 67 points on the season. He had another great year. Hopefully he rips it up in the playoffs is what we really need him to do. Hanifin with 55. Skjei, Lindell did pretty well. And in goaltending-wise, Matt Murray had a pretty decent year to end off the season as he really strung himself together. And, I mean, we could take a look at the end of the season there. We really put shit together. We were like, yeah, we need to kick shit into gear and we need to get some wins. And that's what we did. I mean, right after trade deadline, we had 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 wins in a row to fucking right after trade deadline. 9 wins in a row. That was a great way to get ourselves in the playoffs. And now for the first ever time, we're going to be facing the St. Louis Blues since like the first couple episodes of our franchise mode. And holy fuck, this is going to be a tough team to go up against. Their first line is Alexander Nylander, Ryan O'Reilly, and Vladimir Tarasenko. Their second line, they got Robert Thomas, Ivan Barbashev, and Lee Sweetland. Fuck me. Their third line, they got Clem Costin, Jordan Kyrou, and Vinny Hindrastraza. Their fourth line, they got Boone Jenner, Adam Lowry, and Nick Merkley. This team is a fucking monster of a team. They got Cam Feller, Eric Brandstrom, Vince Dunn, Brendan Carlo, Jamie Drysdale, Philip Hornick. Not too bad a defense core, definitely not the best. And then they got Robin Lehner and Dan Scivilo as well. So not the worst, but they got Robin Lehner, who's pretty well starting goaltender. He'll be going up against Matt Murray. So Robin Lehner, Matt Murray, DeBrincat versus Tarasenko. Who will come out on top? Will the Chicago Blackhawks go back-to-back? Will be the big question, as we will be answering that in the next couple of episodes. But for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.